Welcome back to the program. I'm about a solid 300 miles, probably, hopefully, maybe more, from the California border. And thank God I don't live in that state, okay? From the state that has brought you drug needles for drug addicts instead of, helping them get off of drugs, uh, paper straws instead of regular straws. Thankfully, that one kind of went away. A state that allows you to steal up to $1,000. No problem. You can just go ahead and steal what you need, right? A state that allows you to defecate and urinate on the streets without any penalty. A state that you can not even really control the temperature in your own home anymore. A state that will fine you from gathering rainwater. I mean, this is the most insane state in the nation, truly. So when I heard about this story, I said to myself, well, there's only one place that this could actually be true. And yes, of course, it's in Satan's playground of California. Listen to this. You ready? This one's nuts. California just made it harder to buy tires. That's correct, tires. And I think drivers might have a few questions. Listen to this absolutely insane story. Let me make sure that this thing goes on here.
California regulators approved new rules that will limit the type of tires you can buy when it's time to replace them on your car.
Yeah, while the California Energy Commission says that this is meant to save money for consumers, tire makers say that this will add to the cost of living here in the state. And KCRA3 was the only TV station at the meeting today. KCRA3 political director Ashley Zavala was there to watch the vote. So walk us through what this is supposed to do.
This was a lengthy hearing, and ultimately the California Energy Commission, in a unanimous vote, approved new rules that will phase out the sale of replacement tires that are currently sold in California.
It's not like the California people had a choice to vote on this, right? No, of course, this wasn't a ballot initiative. No, this was just the California climate Nazis basically saying, we don't want you to have certain tires anymore. So sorry, consumers, you don't get a choice.
California that do not meet certain energy efficiency standards. It's expected to eliminate most of the tires that are right now sold in this state.
Most of the tires! Most of the tires! Don't worry, it'll just affect a tiny, tiny, tiny little minute amount of tire. Most of the tires. What are they going to fucking Fred Flintstone cars next?
The goal is for consumers to save money on gas or electricity if you have an EV by having more efficient tires.
Oh, wait a minute. Pushing you towards electronic garbage vehicles, are they, huh? Well, if we make these new tires that are lighter and everything else, well, you'll get better gas mileage, but never mind the gas. We want you on electric because, our grid is so strong and powerful as it is.
Center of this is a tire's rolling resistance, or how much energy a tire uses as it rolls down the road. Lower resistance means a vehicle uses less gas or less electricity. New cars generally come with efficient tires, but consumers typically replace them with higher rolling resistance tires. This new rule comes in phases in California. So first, by 2029, California will only allow the sale of tires with a maximum rolling resistance level of 9.1.
See, this is what these fucking commies do, okay? This is what they do. They put together a rule hoping that you don't know anything about it. You haven't heard anything about it. You're too busy in your life. And then they say, 2029, they'll forget all about it. No one will even remember. And then all of a sudden, you go to buy tires and you go, what? How come there's no tires for sale? Oh, you didn't hear about the new rule? No, what new rule? The one they passed back in 2026. This is what these commie bastards do. They take away your choice, right? What do I always say? Tyranny is sold as convenience. Oh, you'll have better gas mileage. You'll have better this. It'll be better for the economy. It'll be better for the environment. Bullshit. It's a way to control you. So sick. So listen, I'll back it up a little bit.
California. So first, by 2029, California will only allow the sale of tires with a maximum rolling resistance level of 9.1. In phase 2, the standard lowers to 7.2 starting in 2033. That second phase means that an estimated 70% of tires currently sold in California will be eliminated from the market. The California Energy Commission has never...
70% of tires now sold will no longer be able to be bought by whatever that said, 2033. 70%. What are they going to replace them with? Fucking balloons? Seriously, I mean, are you going to put skis on your cars? This is so insane. So insane. I mean, they're literally telling you, as a consumer, what you can and cannot purchase. That's communism, folks. That is communism. And of course, they dress it up into, well, it's good for the environment. It's good for your gas mileage. They sell you your death on a silver platter. Yeah, here's the meal. It's on a beautiful silver platter. There's an apple in the fucking pig's mouth, right? I mean, it's garnished all around it. Looks delicious. Only problem is if you eat it, you're dead because it's full of strychnine and poison. That's the equivalent of what they are doing here.
Regulated tires before, so this is a first. The commission claims the savings on gas and electricity will offset the cost of new tires in the beginning of these phases. The commission also claims this will improve air quality and provide other environmental benefits. But meanwhile, some tire makers have several concerns. Some say this is actually going to increase costs by limiting consumer choices. Here's what both sides of this new rule told us after the vote.
From the commission or the industry perspective, what we're really concerned about is the fact that these costs to the average, families in California that are, struggling with affordability is that it's going to increase their costs by hundreds of dollars in phase 2. And we've highlighted that. And even in CEC's own data, you can see that. So we're rather disappointed that they move forward with phase 2.
So so is there going to be a black market now for cheap, maybe lightly used tires, that you can get, on the black market in California? I mean, this is insanity, okay? You're going to eliminate 70%, just like they say, when you eliminate choice and there's less to choose from, prices go up. Simple as that. That's why universal health care won't work and never will work. Because why? You have to be able to have multiple choices. Because when you have multiple choices, you have more competition. And what does competition always do? Simple math, folks. Lowers costs and lowers prices. But now, just the opposite's going to happen. So in California, I don't know whether you need the tires or not, you may want to stack up on some tires. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, if this starts to get out to a lot of people, you might have a run on tires. You might have people thinking like toilet paper in Cuba, going out and buying tires left and right. They don't even need them, but they need them because at some point they won't be able to get them. And then what happens? What happens? Are they going to take it to the next level and start inspecting people? Are they going to tell the police, the California Highway Patrol, local police, to pull people over and fucking check what kind of tires they have and the tread? I mean, this is absolute insanity. And the worst part is that it'll start like a cancer in a state like California, and all of a sudden Oregon's going to go, shit, yeah, that's a great idea. And then New Yorkistan, and then Michigan, and then, Washington State. And it just goes on and on and on. I saw a story today, unrelated to this, of a group in Seattle, in King County, in Washington State, that are cleaning up. This is what they do for the last 5 years, environmentalists. They clean up injection sites and recreation areas in parks and things like that where there's children of fentanyl foil and injection needles. And guess what? They're being sued and investigated by the Seattle City Council because somehow even the environmentalists now are the enemy of this psychotic left. Okay? Let that sink in for a second. Here's the rest.
Is there a backup plan if the California Energy Commission's expectations around cost savings aren't met with this rule?
Well, we're committed to doing this right. We are only doing it because we know it will save Californians money. So we're going to monitor. We're going to do on our enforcement.
Yeah, we're gonna have a focus group. Yeah, we're gonna have a focus group, and then we're gonna monitor, and then we're gonna take 70% of the consumer's ability to buy tires away from them, and yes, miraculously, costs are gonna go down. These people are, oh God.
Well, we have decades of experience with this.
Oh, sure you do. Fucking the people
that are saving Californians money every day.
Sure.
And so we're going to use that.
What, like your rail to nowhere or the subway train to nowhere that spent billions and billions of dollars, 2010, even maybe even earlier than that, has never been built? Yeah, saving taxpayers lots of money.
Same capability that we have for appliance standards on this. And sure, we'll revise it if things become...
Oh, the same standards for appliances. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know. Can you even have a gas stove in California? I know the Trump administration reversed a lot of that bullshit that the auto pen did. I don't know. Is California listening to the Trump administration? Probably not.
Less practical, but we're pretty confident.
California is the first state in the nation to create a rule like this.
Oh, obviously.
So, where did this come from exactly?
Yeah, it's kind of a loaded question, but I mean, that's a question we asked Commissioner Skinner, who you just heard from. Governor Gavin Newsom fairly recently appointed her to the commission. She's a well-known environmentalist. When she was a state senator, she has written several laws that right now regulate the state's oil and gas industry. So the California legislature more than 20 years ago directed the California Energy Commission to explore this kind of tire efficiency rule. It sat...
They've been working on this shit for 20 years? What is that? That's 2004 or whatever? Am I doing my math right?
Idle up until this year. The current chairman of the commission admitted today he had no idea that legislation existed. I asked Skinner if she brought it up, if she pushed it. She didn't directly answer the question. She
no,
told
of course
me,
not.
Had she been on the commission 20 years ago, maybe this would not have taken so long. But the bottom...
So in other words, if she was on the commission, it would have been done in 2006. Sorry, my math was a little off. So 2006, 20 years ago. Anyway, this is the communist manifesto and how it manifests and how it changes and keeps going and going and going. They've been thinking about this for 20 years. And then somehow, now, right before the midterms, they decide to bring this out. But like I said, they don't want the pain now. This is how the left and the communists operate, right? Look, 2027, if you buy a new car, and we saw the videos, Little Mystery showed us some of those videos, I used them as segments, right? There are now things in your car, if you buy a new car in 2027, that literally watch your eyes. And let's say you're just driving, you're chill, you're chilling out on a Sunday, whatever, looking around, and you see, oh, that's a nice place. Oh, that's a nice mountains. Your eyes aren't on the road for a second. Now all of a sudden your car can just shut off. Gee, that's not dangerous at all. No, not at all. I'm telling you, tyranny is sold as convenience, and it's getting worse and worse. These flock cameras, surveillance state, it's all happening. It's scary. It's absolutely frightening. And now in California, I thought this was, maybe at first when I didn't see California, I was like, well, maybe this is the Onion. This is, the Babylon Beats, fake news. What? No, it's in California. The only place that it could be, right? Well, we hope it's the only place. I hope it doesn't spread, but who knows if that's going to happen. But yeah, I wanted to bring this story out because I wanted you to know about it, but also I wanted you to remember it. And if you do live in California, I want you to prepare for it. Either hopefully by leaving the fucking state, but if you can't, hell, maybe you want to think about stocking up on some tires. Just a thought. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. See you in the next one.